Brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now Ballage. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Flush to his right. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Play action. It's Lawrence. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A draw play now, Ballage. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory, or might he go for it?
They'll run here on third and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense,
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Jackson. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can. And it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
I think the reason this play's so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the 22, Lawrence. This one into the hands of the running back, Ballage. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily... the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Being chased out left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. But to throw again is Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Jackson now. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 6 yards and they do convert on 3rd. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away to his left. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. From the 25 on 2nd down. Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. That catch good for only a couple. To throw again is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off here the 32. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. They'll look to run with Edwards. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and goal from the 1. Again, it'll be Edwards. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. Third and goal.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Jackson now off the bootleg. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Lambeau will put this one through. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this third quarter. So it's his third field goal now with the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, Dobbins. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Open man is Duvernay. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. Lambo on for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
He's going deep for Brown. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Dobbins running out of the gun. It's a 1st down and more for Dobbins. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break the initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot.
Now Brown, he lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the... and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them
get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Odafe Oweh picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will extend their lead even further. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach, when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. It'll be a pickup of 5, but they're still left with about a mile to go on 3rd down. Now Jackson rolling to his right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Courtland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to... And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 15. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. On play action, Lawrence. Touchdown. It's complete. Laviska Shenault, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. So that one will be accepted. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost...
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. To throw is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Oliver. And he's got room. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
A dump off now to Hill. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Forced out to his left. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Tucker with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Again, it's Ballage. And he'll go down at the 28. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by one more. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
This one into the hands of the running back, Ballage. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Lambeau on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. A big